I watched you die.
I got over it.
You!
This is Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is on world domination right now.
Hi.
Hi, Elon. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you so much for being here. And by here, I mean...
Sure. Electronically.
Electronically. And where are you?
So the Tesla Giga Texas factory that we're about to complete. So yeah, what you see behind me is the factory, basically. We have the office space and the factory kind of together. So
And we are also joined by lots of people all over the internet. We have a very brief amount of time, only 30 minutes, but I'm very excited to talk about a wide range of things. I want to start with talking about our world, the world we currently live in. Then I want to move to the future of the world.
To be totally frank, I don't know if we, at least no one at Tesla has actually brought up whether they care about this bill or not. I think if this bill happened or didn't happen, I don't know. We don't think about it at all, really.
Doubt. Be skeptical. Hard to believe. The story you're currently speaking of seems illegitimate. Given the lack of credible evidence you are presenting, I find it highly difficult to place any trust in the more than likely fabricated alibi you have given me. When one considers all the available evidence of both evidence...
Okay.
It might be better, honestly, it might be better if the bill doesn't pass.
You know, it's like $3 trillion federal expenditures, or $7 trillion federal revenue is $4 trillion. That's a $3 trillion difference in.
Well, wait, Mitch McConnell is actually saying.
In fact, if I may elaborate on that, the deficit is more than $3 trillion when you look at the future obligations. So it's $7 trillion of current expenditures, but it's much more than that if you look.
If he says to you, what is the biggest improvement we can make to the U.S. infrastructure? What do you say? Well, I want to come back to autonomous vehicles, but what do you think the role of government should be?
I think the role of government should be.
I'm so pretty, I'm a fucking princess.
And you know, like, but
Tesla's now worth more than GM and Ford. Do you have comments on Elon Musk?
Well, you have to give him credit. I spoke to him very recently, and he's also doing the rockets. He likes rockets, and he does good at rockets, too, by the way. I never saw where the engines come down with no wings, no anything, and they're landing. I said, I've never seen that before. And I was worried about him because he's one of our great geniuses, and we have to protect our genius. You know, we have to protect Thomas Edison, and we have to protect all of these people that came up with originally the light bulb and the wheel and all of these things. And he's one of our very smart people, and we want to cherish those people. That's very important. But he's done a very good job. Shocking how well, you know, how it's come so fast. I mean, you go back a year, and they were talking about the end of the company, and now all of a sudden they're talking about these great things. He's going to be building a very big plant in the United States. He has to, because we help him, so he has to help us.
So I think immortal.
And I also want to come back to later. I know that you do have some other stance on sort of.
But I mean, I work a lot. I work 7 days a week, and I get some pretty crazy hours. So, but it really depends on where I'm needed most. I basically just I triage the tasks and try to do the things that are most useful. Or, and it varies from whereas so yeah.
What about the support though for the charging network? I mean, there are parts of this bill and no.
No.
Okay.
You're low on time, Joe. Joe, cut him off, please. Cut.
All right, but there's some other good things in this bill that some would argue. I mean, a lot of money earmarked for R&D. Would you want to put that towards something?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on from the bill because I think.
Cut him off now. Cut him off now.
And all these other titles are just basically made up. So CEO is a made up title, CFO is a made up title, General Counsel a made up title. Don't mean anything.
That's a nice. I think a room of CEOs are how we feel about that.
Fucking mother bloody fuck bitch! Why you fuck me? I fuck you bloody!
Yep.
Yeah, it was like obviously just somebody's marketing experiment. So
I guess I'll be more direct. I mean, are you considering stepping down as CEO? Would you transfer, be chairman, and think about being chief product officer?
Nope.
I mean, since CEO title doesn't matter anyway.
I'm like, I changed my title to Techno King. And by the way, this is a formal SEC filing. I'm legally or whatever Techno King.
Is the Tesla bot in the running for any of these titles?
Not yet. It's maybe in the future.
But speaking of the Tesla bot, I know you've talked about the importance of creating this bot for the future of AI. Tell me a little bit about where you're at with this project.
Well, and
if you want to think of Tesla as like the world's biggest robot company, or semi-sentient robot company.
It is, and yet so many people, including smart people, think that there are too many people in the world and think that the population is growing out of control. It's completely the opposite. Please look at the numbers. If people don't have more children, civilization is going to crumble. Mark my words.
Is this why you have so many children?
I'm trying to set a good example. Yeah. Gotta practice what I preach.
So, you like Supermanic's memes?
I think this is just one of those memes that, I don't know, it came out of nowhere, but...
Elon, can you rap?
Okay, well...
Oh, no. Okay. I am overdue for doing a Starship update. We live on a planet where the gravity is actually very strong. We actually live on the densest planet in the solar system. Our atmosphere is very thick. And what this comes down to is that a typical orbital rocket might be able to put about 2% of its liftoff mass into orbit. And then this is with smart people trying hard, maybe 2.5%. And no rocket, to the best of my knowledge, has ever gotten above 4% of its liftoff mass to orbit. In order to make a rocket fully reusable, you've got to basically create a rocket that can do about 4%, if not more than 4% of its liftoff mass to orbit, which hasn't happened before. So that means you have to have basically A+ across the board, incredibly efficient engines, incredibly efficient structure.